Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we're going to do Melina's challenge today. One reason is I need clusters. I think I've got 2 left, and I need to make some clusters anyway, so I might as well do her challenge. Her challenge is clusters and then labels for the focal point, I think, and then using what you have on your desk. Well, my daughter just doesn't even realize how much stuff I have on my desk. I have doilies on my desk. I have all kinds of labels on my desk. I have this little box full of all kinds of goodies. I mean, I've got tons of stuff on my desk. I clean it off every now and then, but it doesn't do any good. It just gets all messed up again. So I also had these laying on my desk, and this is just the backing of an ephemera collection, and then this was a little pocket that it had ephemera in it. So I think I'll use this stuff too. So we'll just get started and see what all we can make. These index cards I've had in my stash for a while. So we're going to use some of these and make some larger clusters. Now, as Melina said, a lot of people ask me, what do you use clusters for? Well, clusters are good for a lot of different things, but when I get a few made, I'll pull my journal over here and I'll show you how I use clusters. But you can use them any way that you want. It's no rules in crafting. Somebody asked me the other day, why do you use more of one particular glue than you do the other? Well, I don't know. It's just whatever I pick up. The only time I try to pick up a different kind of glue is if I'm gluing my lace, I pick up my Fabri-Tac, and if I'm gluing vellum or glossine bags, I use my Bearly Arts. But all of those will still work the same way. So I love my art glitter glue, but I love my Bearly Arts and I love my Fabri-Tac. So it just depends on what you're doing. Some people just use Fabri-Tac for everything. You can do that. I don't, because I feel like it's a little bit too messy. Some people use their glue stick for everything. I don't, because I don't really like a glue stick that much, because I get it all over me. I cannot glue with a glue stick and not have glue everywhere. I don't know why. So, but I use all of them. You'll see me use different ones at different times, so no rhyme or reason. Okay, let's lay that over there. Now, I did cut out some of my labels. These are the last labels that I made and put up in the store, and I've got some of mine cut out, so you're not going to be able to see the whole sheet, but there are some of them. You'll see them as we put them down. And I have zoomed in a little bit just so that maybe you could see the clusters a little bit better. Now, you guys know that I like to ink, so I'm going to pull my little ink tool over here, and I'm going to ink these on the edges because they're white, and I don't necessarily want the white to stick out like a sore thumb. So we're just going to go around them and ink a little bit. So did all of you have a good Easter weekend? We did. The kids come over and we ate too much. And then we just kind of sit and did nothing. But it was fun. I like when my kids come over. When they leave, I'm twice as lonesome as I was before they came. But I love seeing my kiddos. Presley was sick. She didn't get to come, and Benji was staying home with her, so I missed those two, but got to see the other ones. Now I'm coming in a little bit on them just so that I can cover up some of that white. And I'm kind of letting you see this inking. A lot of times I'll cut the inking out or speed it up. But on this, I'm letting you see what I'm doing, because some people say they don't really know how to ink, don't really understand the inking. So I'm just letting you see some of this. Now, as you can see, I came in a little bit and I went darker on the edges. I like that look. But you can ink any way that you want. There's no rules. No rules. Okay. I've got a little pile of scraps here. Just a little pile that we'll go through and see how much of that we can use up. So I think I'll start with a little piece of this. I don't know where this paper came from, so I know I've had lots of people ask me when I use it. I don't know. I don't remember. If you send it to me, you're welcome to put your name down below. You won't be able to put a link, but you can put your name. I don't mind at all. I can't remember all of them. I get lots of different collections. Now I think I'll put that closer to the bottom, and I'm going to tear a little bit more off just because I don't want it to be the full width. Now I will ink each layer of mine, so I'll cut out a lot of it. But just know that I'm inking all of it basically the same way. Use a little piece of this. It's almost like a book page, but it's on a printable. And I like the jagged edges. You could use just your regular, cuts. You could cut it in a square. You could cut it in rectangles, whatever you want. Like I said, no rule. So I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to go with it. And I pulled out a few doilies. And I'm just going to use pieces of the doilies on here. Just to give it another layer. And I'll leave them kind of hanging out a little bit maybe. We do have this size of doily in the store. They're not colored the dark brown like this. They're like this, but you can color them up as you want to. Okay, let's go in here and some of these little pieces. Some of them are Tim Holtz pieces from the Curator collection. And then some are just pieces that I've stamped. And I just kind of put all the tiny pieces in here. When I put these in my ephemera journal, they tend to fall out or get lost or whatever, so a lot of times I just stick my little pieces in here. So I'm looking for a small little piece I can put up there that has some writing on it maybe. And I may end up cutting one down. No, that one I think might work right there. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Okay, I am going to start gluing, so let's see where this takes us. Now I'm trying to keep a check on my camera so that I don't want, since I am closer, so that it won't go blurry on you guys. Hopefully I will keep a check on it. If it does go blurry, then I probably will not put this video up. But I'm hoping that it behaves. Now, stitching on these would be really pretty too. I don't know if I'll stitch on mine or not. It'll just depend on whether I have the time. I may not do it with the video, but before I put them in my journal, depending on if I stitched in the other part of the journal, then I might do that. If I have stitching in the journal already, then sometimes I'll go ahead and stitch my little clusters too. So, and I'm going to put some of these at an angle. Don't want everything just straight up and down, straight up and down. And then we can come in with a label, maybe. I've got one here that has a little bit more green in it. I may use that label, but I'm going to put a little flower behind it. I just think that would look cute. I like my flowers, as you guys know. And I love these little flowers that I have these in the store now. I know some people had asked me to get them in. So I got some of these in the store. If you're interested. And it's 3 sheets and they're very, very pretty. Of course, you can also buy them yourself off of Journal Say. And I'll put my affiliate link below for that. But I know some people had asked, would I get the product and so that they could purchase it from me and not go through the journal say. And I said, sure, I'll be glad to. So we got the washi in as well for that. Ooh, I like that. I like that little cluster. Okay, but you know what I want though, don't you? I want a little piece of washi on there. We've got this washi in, and I'm calling it the vintage letter washi because it's like little letters to different people. And I like how it looks. I like that script that's on it. And I haven't given Melina any of this yet. Isn't that bad? I will give her some. Don't worry. And I am going to put that right over that label. And then we'll just trim the little outside part off. And I'm just trimming, doing my scissors like the zigzaggy. So there is that little cluster. I love that. Now, I'll show you how I would put this on my journal. Let's just say that I was putting it on this journal, putting it somewhere in here. I would just find the page that was like, that page is kind of plain, and I would put it at over here on the side like this. You could put it down here and use a little tuck with it. You could put it in the middle. You could put it all the way on the page. I like them to hang off a little bit, so I would put it like that and let it hang off. See, this is a shorter page, so they work really, really well on shorter pages. But if you wanted to put it on a page that is the same length as all of the other ones, or the same width, you could put it, here's one right here, you could put it on that as well. Let's see, wouldn't that be cute? And then if you didn't want the back to show, which the back is just the white, but if you didn't want that to show, you could cover the back of these as well. But I just think they're cute on there. Matter of fact, I'll probably put some in this journal before I send it out. Okay, so there is one. Let's go ahead and work on some more. Tell me in the comments what all you did this weekend. Tell me what all, if you went out of town, if you just went shopping or went to families' houses, or tell me what you did. I want to know. Inquisitive minds want to know. No, I like to hear from you guys when you tell me what you did. It gives me, you know, when I'm going through reading comments, I just enjoy it. So let me know. All right. I'm fiddling here trying to find the page that I want to use. The little scrap. I think I'll use this one with the butterfly. Oh, we did get in more of our ink holders, ink pad holders, and we got them in both in wood and in the acrylic. And then we also got in more of our Ease acrylic rulers. Got those in. So I think we're pretty well stocked up on everything right now. Benji spent his weekend, he and Alicia spent their weekends working, cutting things, getting things ready for the store. Okay, I think I'll put that one up a little bit and put it over there, but I want something under it to tuck under there. Let's see, why not a little piece of this blue, maybe? And then somebody else, I'm trying to answer questions, as you can see while I'm on here. It just helps me to answer them while I'm working than to have to go back and answer them and type everything in. So I think I will put this behind that one. Kind of like that. And then I have just this little tiny piece of scrap that's got writing on there. And I think I'm going to put that one in there. Like that. I am going to lift these up. Put me a little glue back here. Press that down. Put a little glue down through here. Hopefully, I can get that like I want it. There we go. Then we'll put glue up here. There. And I am letting mine hang off a little bit at the end because I kind of like that look. I am going to tear that little point off right there though. Okay, that is that part. Now let's do another doily, but I think this time I want to do the doily from the back side, like that. And I didn't glue that all the way down, as you can see. That's so I can tuck things under there. I've also got just this little scrap of vellum here. We might use it. Let's see. I think we'll save it for another one because I have that green up there. We'll put a little label up there, maybe like that. And then I want one of my labels down here. So we can use this one that has some of that same blue in there. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up well. Now, I cut these out pretty quick, so I didn't keep all the edges on them, but that's okay because I can ink it up and put it down, and it's still going to look like all those little edges are there. I am going to put another flower. I think we'll go with this one. I'm just going to put it up there so that it'll show, and I'll put my little label down here, and I think I want to put a word on that label too. Let's see which way's up and which way's down. So let's glue that down up there. And then I want to glue this one, I think, down here. You know, I think on this one I'm going to go with a skinnier label. So I think I'm going to go that route right there. Like that little skinny label. But I want something behind that. And see, I had a little piece of lace here. Yeah, I think we'll just put a little piece of that lace behind it on this one. Then for our label, we'll put it right at the edge. Not all the way on it, but right at the edge. Okay, I like that one too. And you could add more to these if you want. A lot of times I add and add and add, and I get too much on there. But, so just, that depends on you, whatever you want yours to look like. So let's start off on this one with this little piece of vellum. Now this was actually on some of the ephemera that we got in, but I thought it was so pretty I could not throw it away. So, you know me and vellum. So I'm going to use it. I'm just going to trim this one edge off because the other edge I will cover with another little scrap. And then I like to ink my vellum really good to make it look like it was burned around the edges. And sometimes I like to fold it, put a little bit of ink that way. Makes it look a little bit more aged. Like that. So let me grab my, I'm going to grab our Bearly Arts because we're going to put that vellum down, and I don't know that I'm going to, well, I'm not going to put it down this minute. I'm going to find something else to put on there first, I think. I've got that little scrap of lace just laying here, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the back. Just because it's laying on my desk and it needs to be used up. Alright, we'll put that there. And I will go ahead and put the vellum down. We'll lay that there. You can see that it's sticking to my finger and not the It's sticking to my finger because I've got so much glue on my fingers. There we go. I have a little piece of vintage book page here. Let's see. We need to tear it this way. And again, I'm going to just fold and put a little bit of ink on the page. Then we'll put this down. I think I'll just put that little piece up there. It's just a little scrap piece. Put it right there at an angle. And I have an old vintage stamp that I'm going to put on here. Well, that was on my desk. Put it, let's see, that way, right there. I have a little circle here that I can tuck right there. Just all those little odd bits and pieces that you have no clue what you're going to do with. This is a good way to use them up. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little label across there. I don't think I'm going to put a flower on this one because all of that has flowers on there, but I do want to put a label across there. And I'm thinking I'm just going to use that one. I know it has a lot of the same colors in as the background does, but that's okay. We'll let this one be the pink look. And I think here I'll go just kind of sort of straight. Not necessarily straight, but kind of sort of. And then you could add more if you want, but I think that's going to be that one. I've also done a couple more just starting everything off. I just tried a couple. This one is made out of this, and this is just a back of an ephemera sheet. So I made that one. And then I made this one, and it is just out of back of an ephemera sheet like that. So I'm going to show you what I did with this one. This is just, it came out of an ephemera pack. So I took it, I love that. And these got thrown away and I dug them out of the garbage. So I took it and I folded it in half because I didn't want, well, I wanted to make it stronger. Plus I didn't want a piece that big. So I just folded it in half and glued it together. And that strengthens my piece. Okay. Then I went ahead and tore around that one. This one, I think I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use our tag punch. And I'm just going to punch these corners. Yes, they're flying up on my belly. All these little punches. So we're going to use it like that. I'm going to go ahead and ink it. And then you can decide if you want to use this side, which is very pretty except the tennis shoes, or this side. Now before I used this one, so I think I'm going to use this one this time. And I have a little piece of vellum here that came off of some packaging. I'll pull that off. And then, let's see. I'm just going to rough this up when I ink it. Just rough it. Instead of tearing it and losing part of my vellum, I'm just roughing it up a little bit. You can even fold it if you want, crinkle it, and then straighten it back out. Just makes it look a little bit rougher, a little bit older. So we'll put that down there. Find my glue. And I'll worry about the edges later. I might cut them off. I probably will. Alright, got that squished down. And then, let's see, do I have a piece of a doily? No, I don't. So I'm going to use a little piece of this doily. We'll put it down there. Then, let's see, I have this little piece of paper that's got some script on it. It's just a little scrap, and I thought that would be pretty on there. I like anything that has script on it. And you're just adding layers is all you're doing. So put that one there. I have a little pink piece here that we might put on there. I don't think I want that one on there. Let me find something else. Alright, I've got a little piece of lace here. And it looks like it's been glued on something and then it came off, or either I took it off, so I don't mind that. I'm just going to leave it like it is and glue it down right there. And then we'll put this little piece back down. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this off before I forget to do it. Right, now we have all kinds of little labels and stamps and things over here that we can use. You see which one might work the best. I think I want a green one up here, just on top of that lace like that. Then, let's see. We might put that little butterfly right down there. Or do we want to put this one? No, that one looks too similar to the back. I think I'll put that little butterfly down there. And this is just one that I cut out of a newspaper, I think, or something. Some kind of little magazine. Put that down there. Alright, now I want a little flower on there. Something that will bring my attention to what I'm doing here. Bring the attention to the top. Let's see. I want one that's a little bit tall. I think that one will work right there. So we're going to start it about right there and then bring it up over that lace. It's got some of those same similar colors. And then we'll put a little label down here, and I'm just going to use like this little label right here. She just said label. She didn't say they had to be any particular kind of label. So this is just a little label that I thought was really cute. It came out of the Tim Holtz Curator, I believe. And I thought that was cute, and I like the color. So now, again, you can add much more to it, but that's good with me right there. I like that. Now on these, I've gone ahead and tore them and inked them. This is just the backing. Again, backing again. I will do something to this. I probably won't cover all of this up because I kind of like that. But I will put some labels on or something like that and leave that as a little focal. And here, since I don't really have a full image, I will cover this in paper just like I did those others and make that another one. So we've got a few made. Now they're going to kind of crinkle up right now on the edges just because they're wet. But once they dry, I'll put these under some books tonight. And once they dry, they'll be fine. Alright guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave Melina's link below. You guys go over and check her channel out. Make sure that you subscribe to her channel if you would. I would appreciate that. And we will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.